To show its commitment to the Made in Nigeria initiative, the federal government, in collaboration with various manufacturers on Tuesday, held a stakeholders meeting in Ikeja, Lagos. The meeting seeks to create more awareness and enlighten both the public and various manufacturers on what the Executive Order 003 entails. It's no longer news the Nigerian government is doing all it can to diversify the nation's economy away from crude oil. One of such steps is the executive order given in May this year to all ministries, departments and agencies to grant preference to local manufacturers of goods and service providers in their procurement of goods and services. The government even went a step further to specify 40% preference must be given in the procurement of made in Nigeria products. In creating more awareness on the implementation of the new executive order, the federal government, in collaboration with manufacturers in Nigeria, held a stakeholders forum in the commercial city of Lagos. Among those present were MAN President Frank Udemba, SON Director General Osita Aboloma, and Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Patrick Oba.
The executive order in its present form is adequate. It covers all that we need. What we are concerned about is not how good the executive order is, but how well and how judiciously that executive order will be implemented. In this country, we have a lot of good policies. We're not bereft of good policies, but the problem, the challenge, the drawback is implementation. And as members of the Industrial Council, we are looking at all that is needed to improve the ease of doing business in this country. We're looking for looking at what we can do to attract other investors and those people that are already invested in Nigeria. We're looking for ways to make those investments run smoothly, make those investments profitable for the investors.
With the latest policy on made in Nigeria goods, it's obvious the government wants more patronage for local content. However, Nigerian manufacturers have been urged to improve the quality of their products.
In as much as the executive order is going to be implemented, you, the producers, will also need to up your capacities. At the moment where we have 100% feedbacks we are getting, where we have 100% local margin of preference, we are having feedbacks where we are not meeting up with maintenance, with others. Perhaps we'll start with this 40% as stated, and government will see to it that it's implemented.
We started long ago with the military and paramilitary, particularly the Nigerian Army. We have about 16 standards for the epaulets, the uniform, the boot, and everything. And I was particularly happy to see the Army tailor from Aba somewhere here today. So they sourced these things before the executive marching order. They sourced most of these things from Nigeria. And we've been able to provide them, and we've been able to update our standards for the uniform, the combat uniform, the ones they will use the fatigue uniform, and all of them. And in collaboration with UNIDO, they've opened an incubation center in Aba, where they encourage local raw materials to be refined and be processed for the use of our military and paramilitary.
What do we mean by Nigerian content in all of this? It simply means for you to do any business in the oil and gas industry as an operator, you must come to Nigerian Content Board with your Nigerian Content Plan, which details every activity that you need to do in country using Nigerians, without which nobody is going to give you the approval. And the approval comes in the form of a certificate called the Nigerian Content Compliance Certificate. Recently, we have also included an online whistleblower facility on our electronic system, which will enable people to anonymously provide information for the board to constantly monitor the activities in the oil and gas industry.
Patronizing local manufacturers seemed like a good plan for a country like Nigeria struggling to conquer recession. It will help in strengthening the naira, creating jobs and expanding the country's entrepreneurial capacity. But how far will the government be willing to go to implement policies to favor local content producers in the country?